Hey YouTube, Twig here, bringing you all my DoomZ Yugioh deck profile. The DoomZ deck continues on with the Medius storyline, the Archmage deck being the first deck in the storyline, and DoomZ being the second deck. So the deck works with Medius, the Pure, being able to have more of that setup with this monster, but instead of fusion summoning, we're going with the Xyz summoning that the DoomZ deck is meant to utilize, and then also make use of the Power Patron monsters for this deck being the Power Patron DoomZ for the monsters to work in tandem with Medius the Pure. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. We'll go ahead and start off with the actual DoomZ monsters, running 2 copies of DoomZ Yugioh. You can target one DoomZ card you control, destroy it. If you do, special summon this card from your hand. Then you can equip one equip spell from your deck to your hand. While this card is equipped with an equip card, quick effect, you can special summon one Wind Machine Xyz monster from your extra deck with the same rank as this card's level. And if you do, attach this card to it as equip cards to that monster and is treated as an Xyz summon. You can use this effect of DoomZ Yugioh once per turn. So this card is meant to help get out our main go-to rank 8 monster in the deck, DoomZ Yugioh. So we have the easy special summon of that monster with this card's level equal to that card's rank, and then being able to have other options for the Xyz option for the monsters with equipped cards to then summon out cards like Jupiter, the Power Patron of Destruction, the equivalent to the Fusion Power Patron for the Archmage deck. We're also running 3 copies of DoomZ 7 Elara. If this card is normal, summoned, or special summoned, or destroyed by a card effect, you can set one DoomZ spell or trap from your deck. And while this card is equipped with an equipped card, quick effect, you can special summon one Wind Machine Xyz monster from your extra deck with the same rank as this card. If you do, attach this card to it as an equipped card. So then having the added option for another Xyz play for our rank 4 Xyz plays also, depending on the summon that we go for with these cards, which we'll go over when we get to the extra deck also. And then just having the equip option for those monsters as well, which is the big part of the DoomZ deck, just the equip playstyle that it's meant to do. And then also 3 copies of DoomZ 5 A Mouth. So this card, I have a triple-headed behemoth just as a placeholder for some of the cards in the deck that I want to run. But DoomZ 5, if it's normal or special summon or destroyed by a card effect, you can add one DoomZ monster from your deck to your hand, except for DoomZ 5 A Mouth. And while this card is equipped with an equip card, you can special summon one Wind Machine Xyz monster from your extra deck with the same rank as this card. And if you do, you attach this card to it as an equipped card and to that monster as material. So with this card equipped to that monster, having the option for it and its equipped card goes onto it as material. So then you have the added option for being able to use the equipped card for the material and then the added equip of the actual monster to it, which is a fun and interesting playstyle for the deck, utilizing those equipped spells for other material to be used at it also. And then for our Power Patron, we'll run 2 copies of Power Patron DoomZ. You cannot special summon from the extra deck except Xyz monsters. You can only use the following effects of DoomZ once per turn. You can target one other effect monster you control, special summon from your extra deck one DoomZ monster or Jupiter Power Patron of Destruction with the same rank as that level of that monster you control by using it as material. It's treated as an Xyz summon and equip this card to it as material. So it kind of uses that other monster as the material, and then Power Patron DoomZ as the Xyz play to be able to do as well for those effect monsters. So this is meant to be used with Medius the Pure, which we are also running the 3 copies of, because Medius helps to get out the Power Patron of choice that I mentioned before. When it's normal or special summon, you can add to your hand or special summon one Power Patron monster from your deck, and then if this card's sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle one monster from your hand or face one on the field of the deck to special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. But you can get around the banishment with this card, because then you'll use the Power Patron DoomZ to have Medius be used for the Xyz summon of one of your DoomZ monsters with that same rank, and then be able to use for the added equip power of that Power Patron monster onto that Xyz monster also. It's very fun how they're utilizing Medius the Pure with all the many different decks to use also. For additional equip power, we're running the 3 copies of the new Disguise the Copycat hero. If you have an equip spell in your field or graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If it's normal or special summon, you can add one Cursed Copycat Noble Arms from your deck to your hand. And while this card is equipped with an equip card, you can target one non-warrior tuner monster non-tuner warrior monster with this field, the same level as this card, and its name becomes the same as that one until the end phase. So this card is mostly just used for the added setup of a special summon by just having the equip cards in the graveyard, and then having that additional equip card to use for the search off of this card also. And then lastly, for the main deck monsters, 3 copies of Ash Blossom, 3 Fualos, and then 2 Ghost Ogre, just for our hand trap lineup. There's a lot you can do with just one monster in this deck to make use of the Xyz plays, so we're fine with filling out the rest for a good number of, hand traps, and also for the fact that we're dealing with a deck that just has the introduction amount of support to use with it also. Now for the spells, you can run 3 copies of DoomZ Raiders. I have the 1 Cursed Copycat Noble Arms and 1 Tragic Twin Jewels as additional spots to add for the copies of this card of the deck. During your main phase, you can destroy 1 other DoomZ card in your hand or face on the field to add to your hand or special summon 1 DoomZ monster from your deck. Also, you can add special summon from the extract for the rest of this turn, except for Xyz monsters. And if it's destroyed by card effects, you can target a face-up monster on the field and destroy it. Destruction power, but you definitely want to run 3 copies of DoomZ Raider just for the added setup it can do with the many different DoomZ monsters we already run in the deck to begin with. Also, the equip spells specifically for the deck include the 2 copies of DoomZ Command, Doomdurg. Once per turn during your standby phase, inflict 500 damage to your controller of the equipped monster, a DoomZ monster equipped with this card, or a Wind Machine monster that has as material gains the following effects. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, and once per turn quick effect, you can activate this effect to destroy 1 other face-up card you control, and for the rest of this turn, this card gains attack equal to its own level or rank times 100. So added benefit depending on the card it is equipped to, and then just extra protection against your opponent's cards also. Additional equip spells that I run in the deck also include the 1 Angelica's Angelic Ring and the 1 Living Fossil. More special summon power for both of these cards, just being able to equip that card for each of the monsters as well. The 2 copies of Return of the Duelist. If it exceeds monsters on the field or graveyard, add 1 equip spell from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So search power off of this spell also, with the rest of our main deck spells being 1 for 1 Triple Tactics Talent, and the 1 Call by the Grave just being more of a search for the Power Patron in the deck also, with our traps being the 1 copy of DoomZ Destruction, since it can be set up with our other cards in the deck. You target a DoomZ Xyz monster you control, equip this card to it as with the following effects as well. Cards cannot be added from the main deck to your opponent's hand except by drawing them, so a lockdown for having our DoomZ Xyz monster. And if this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can target a face-up monster on the field and equip 1 DoomZ monster from your deck to it as an equip spell, having more of that equip option, and then the destruction power with cards like our DoomZ Raider to make use of also. And then lastly, the 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence, just additional hand traps along with the monster ones we're running in the main deck as well. And then for the extra deck, we're running 2 copies of DoomZ Break Diactorus. If it's special summon, you can destroy 1 DoomZ card in your hand or face up on the field, then destroy 1 monster on the field. If this card is destroyed by a card effect while it has a DoomZ monster or Medius the Pure as material, you can take 1 equip spell from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You go and use the effect of DoomZ Break Diactorus once per turn. So the added setup, as mentioned with DoomZ and also Medius, gives you that setup for this card to then have destruction power and then an additional destruction of 1 of your opponent's cards. The 2 copies of DoomZ and Drastrius. If the first time it would be destroyed by battle or card effect, each turn it is not. You go and use the following effects of DoomZ and Drastrius once per turn. If it succeeds summon, you can equip 1 other face-up monster on the field to it as material, and when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field or graveyard, you can detach material from this card to negate that effect. Then you can equip 1 face-up monster your opponent controls to this card as an equip spell, having more and more equip power to then be able to use Drastrius to go into our Power Patron, which is Jupiter, the Power Patron of Destruction. This card needs 3 level 10 monsters, but you want to exceed summon it using the Power Patron Destruction, using 1 monster you control with 3 or more equipped cards. So the more cards you have equipped onto Drastrius, the easier it is to then summon out this card, transfer its materials to it, and if it exceeds summon, you can equip any number of equipped spells from your graveyard to this card that can equip to it. It gains 3,000 attack while it has an Xyz monster as material, and once per turn, you can detach an Xyz material from this card to special summon 1 DoomZ monster from your graveyard. Then you can destroy 1 card on the field. So added destruction power, giving you more summon of your other DoomZ monsters to then be able to summon more out onto the field, and then just having the 6,500 attack point boss monster to then be able to swing into your opponent's cards. The other Xyz monsters include 1 Dagaris, the 1 number 80, the 1 number 38, and the 1 Zeus to finish off the Xyz monsters, with our Link monsters being 1 Nightmare Cerberus, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Cross Sheep, 1 IP Masquerena, and 1 Nightmare Unicorn. If you wanted to go for more of a rank 4 and 8 option, you can always cut down on the number of Link monsters, since a lot of times you will be locked in to the Xyz monsters to begin with. But as for the go-to plays in the deck, as I mentioned before, Medius helps with a good number of your plays. When it's normal or special summon, you can add to your hand or special summon 1 Power Patron monster. So with this card, you can then summon out your Power Patron DoomZ to the field, and then you can only use the following effects of it once per turn. Target another effect monster you control, special summon from your extra deck 1 DoomZ Xyz monster, or Jupiter Power Patron with the same rank as that monster. So then you use this card to summon out your Deactorus using your Medius. Then having the destruction of a DoomZ card from your hand or face on the field, then you can destroy a card on the field as well. So if you have this play, you can go for that destruction. If not, you have the special summon of the DoomZ monster with that card, and then having that monster use as material, and then equip this card to it. So then your Power Patron will equip on to Deactorus as well for that play. And you can take an equip spell from your deck, either add to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Having more of that send power can then add to your engine power if you have like Disguise Copycat in your hand to give you another special summon on the field. Or from there, since you had the summon of those monsters as well for that play, it all depends on what you have to open up with, because then you can also use the destruction power of the DoomZ card you control, destroying it. Then you can summon out Drastria in the same way. Then you can equip 1 equip spell from your deck to this card, giving you the equip play for your DoomZ equip spell. And then from there, being able to go into your Xyz play for your Drastrius also. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed. I've been meaning to update, or, just actually do the deck profile for the DoomZ deck. Updated Archmage, and wanted to get around to the second deck in the storyline also. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.